Gunna dropped his album, The Last Wun, a few days ago, and if you haven't seen it, we did react to it on our channel. We reacted to the full album. Go check that out. In this video, we're going to be breaking down every single diss on that album. I could tell that there was some shots thrown in that shit. Real quick, though, before we jump into that, I decided we're going to be starting a new little, I guess, feature on the channel. For every single video, I'm going to be shouting out the first 4 people that comment on my latest video. So for this video, I'm gonna shout out these 4 people right here. I want to thank you guys for being tuned into the channel. We recently just hit 2.5k subscribers, and I cannot be thankful enough. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to be dropping a link to my Discord server. That way you guys can stay in touch with me. You guys can also link videos that you want me to react to in the comments or in the server, and we can just stay engaged and we can have conversations. So yeah, let's hop right into this video. Also, perfect timing, Gunna just tweeted something about Young Thug. He since deleted the tweet. I went on his Twitter, but I couldn't find it, but I did see a lot of pages and blogs posting about it. I'll put the screenshot up somewhere here. So I felt like that was perfect timing to also go over this.
After taking the Alfred plea deal in late 2022, pretty much the entirety of the industry has turned on Gunna. Thug is publicly trying to tear him down.
If you a rapper and you a rap, you just gotta go gospel, twin.
Lil Baby is sending shots through his music, and Lil Durk straight up called him a snitch during an interview. Yet with all of these rappers trying to blackball him, he still managed to shine and drop hits, with Gunna now on his album, The Last Wun, deciding to finally address all the dissing and even send some shots back at everyone that turned their back on him. So here is every single diss.
Gunna's a rat. I know the singles is getting outdated. Yo, that's what, bro. I truly, when I heard that line, I'm like, who you talking? In my reaction, just go check it out, y'all. I'm gonna link that shit right here again. In my reaction, you could just tell that line was about somebody, bruh.
On Gunna's The Last Wun. At the start of the album, track 2, Let That Sink In, Gunna would say, I've been giving them love all my career, this year I'm taxing. Don't let that go over your head, let it sink in. Have him chop your dread, let that sink in. This is Gunna basically saying, I've been supporting people my whole career, but
dang, that shit kinda go harder now.
Free love. He's addressing the shift in his career since 2022, when he took an Alfred plea deal in the Whitehall RICO case. While the plea technically means he maintained his innocence, many in hip-hop saw it as snitching, especially as there was a video recording of him admitting Whitehall was a gang that needs to be stopped. And straight after he got out, his once close friends, Young Thug, Lil Baby and Lil Durk, distanced themselves from him and outright began dissing him. The taxing part is him saying that any support he gives now comes at a cost. He's not playing the friendly collaborator anymore. If you want Gunna on your track, you're paying for it. Then the don't go over your head is basically a warning. He's telling us as listeners to really process what he's saying. And have him chop your dread is more of an aggressive sort of diss. Possibly a subliminal aimed at certain rappers he once stood beside who now want to act tough. Those same rappers I mentioned earlier. Cutting off someone's dreads has street connotations of humiliation and
imagine bringing your side
Yo, for real though, that album is hard. And it's crazy because like they all distance themselves from Gunna, but like he's still up here.
Saying don't cutting off someone's dreads has street connotations of humiliation and dominance. It's like saying, don't forget I could embarrass you in ways you couldn't recover from. And I mean, really, he kind of already is. We've seen the difference between how Gunna's and Thug's music has been received since their releases from jail.
Wait, Thug dropped a song after he got released? Where have I been? Cause like I see the tweets and stuff, but like Gunna, Thug, like bro, no funny. I would rather you put all that tweeting shit into a song, bro. Rap it out. Maybe y'all need to have a rap beef. Maybe there needs to be a battle had, or maybe. Go ahead, rap it out, y'all.
Gunna as he's dropping straight hits, whilst Thug is basically embarrassing.
Also, about that plea that Gunna took, I saw somebody say that Thug's brother took the same plea deal. So like, does that mean he has the same energy towards his brother too? Probably not, right? Because that's family. But I mean,
himself by dropping not great music and constantly putting out stupid tweets. Anyways,
right.
this shift I was talking about is even obvious in his feature list. On The Last Wun, the guest appearances are Offset, Burna Boy,
Mm.
Nechi, Asake, artists outside his immediate pre-jail circle. Compare that to DS Forever in 2022, which had heavy YSL
Thug,
and Atlantic
Thug,
Highs.
Savage, Kodak,
Young Thug,
Drake. Damn. Lil Baby, Future, G Herbo, Young Blue, Chris Brown. I think Chris Brown should make a song with Gunna.
21 Savage, Kodak Black, Lil Baby, Future, G Herbo. It's the clearest signal that Gunna has been cut off by most mainstream rappers, and now he's trying to branch out after the snitch accusations, similar to how Drake's relationship in the industry froze up after his beef with Kendrick. And now on Iceman, he's making sure no one gets away with the betrayal. Later on that same song, Gunna would say, "Know this stuff be fake, you still gonna take a chance. I've been keeping stuff cordial, I be about to crash." This is Gunna peeling back the curtain a little to what's been going on behind the scenes in the industry. When he says, "Know this stuff be fake, you still gonna take a chance," he's talking about knowing that a lot of relationships and alliances in the rap game are purely for show. Fake love, politics, temporary loyalty. He's saying he's aware of the backstabbing and the two-faced behavior, but he's still been willing to work with certain people or give them a chance despite that. The second line, "I've been keeping stuff cordial, I'd be about to crash," is where he hints at a shift. Since his release in 2022, Gunna's been unusually reserved about directly dissing people. Aside from some subliminals, like the Lil Baby aimed bars in Bread and Butter, he's mostly avoided naming names. This is a stark contrast to Young Thug, who's openly shown hostility towards him through social media and songs. By saying "I be about to crash," Gunna's warning that his patience is running out. It's like saying "I've been keeping the peace, but I'm this close to snapping and calling everybody out." And you might be asking, why does this matter? Well, up to now, Gunna's post-jail strategy has been damage control, avoiding any escalation with the beef, focusing on music and rebuilding
Which
his
is
fan
smart,
base.
bro. It's
This
smart.
suggests that that strategy might be over. He's signaling that if people keep poking at him, he's ready to fire back. I mean, after this part, he literally said, "Bet these fellas be goofy, I got a master plan." This could be him clowning the same rappers who turned on him after his release, painting them as unserious, clout chasing, or blindly following industry narratives without thinking for themselves. The next part, "I got a master plan," is the most important. It's him saying he's not just lashing out aimlessly. Gunna's hinting that he has a strategy to turn the situation around in his favour, whether that's through his music, his business moves, or how he positions himself in the industry post-snitch allegations. Again, personally, I think similar to the Drake situation, he waited for the beef to kind of go away whilst plotting behind the scenes, and now he's making his comeback. And then on the next track, Just Say That, in the opening verse, Gunna would say, "Ain't no more warnings, I'm telling you, stay back." All that loose talking, they come and relay that. I know the singles is getting outdated, you want a feature, then fella, just say that. The opening two lines are aimed at everyone who's been speaking on Gunna since the snitch allegations. He's essentially saying he's past giving subtle hints or grace periods. From now on, it's direct. If you're spreading rumours or sneak dissing him, he's hearing about it, and he's not going to ignore it.
What if you can create your own?
How do y'all feel about this? I think Gunna's taking the right path. Thug, you need to drop some music, bro, for real.
Then the part about the singles and wanting a feature, well, personally to me, this is a direct diss at Young Thug. His first single back, Money on Money with Future, had a very bad reception, with people
Should we react to that? I don't think I've ever heard it. Munyon? What is it called?
calling it generic and boring, unlike Gunna, who has had multiple hit songs over the past couple years. Essentially saying, your music isn't hitting right now, and let's be real, a feature from me could put you back on the map. Of course, he's not actually offering Thug a collab, the bar is pure sarcasm, positioning himself as the one who's still on top despite the entire snitch narrative. He's basically reversing the roles. Before the YSL case, Gunna was often seen as Thug's protege, Now he's flipping the script and implying he's the one with the hits and Thug's the one who might need help. Well, actually on Tuesday night, Gunna dropped the music video for this song. Well, a
Oh,
couple
we should
hours
react to that.
later after it dropped, Thug supposedly decided to respond. Not with a direct tweet, but by quoting fellow Atlanta rapper Ken Carson's delusional lyrics. All my fellas DTR, down to ride, all your fellas RTD, which means ready to die. I mean, just a subtle jab, I don't think it means
Wait, what? Should Thug even be tweeting? Isn't he on probation, bro? This is too much, bro. This is the shit that got
RTD,
you
which means
in this
ready
shit.
to die. I mean, just a subtle jab, I don't think it means too much. Basically saying that Thug has loyal friends that are ready to die for him. Whilst Gunna, he doesn't really have that, especially after the YSL fallout. But Thug didn't stop there. Just a few hours later, a snippet surfaced of him dissing Gunna by name on an unreleased track that's reportedly on Lil Baby's upcoming album. Only reason I effed with you, Gunna, it was cause of Troop. For context, Troop refers to OG Troop, a well-respected Atlanta figure who passed away some time ago. He was a major connection point between Thug and Gunna early on. By saying this, Thug's trying to say the only reason he ever dealt with Gunna was out of respect for Troop, not because of any personal bond. Now, I'm not sure if that's really true, and it may just be more of Thug trying to rewrite history, because there's no way you bring up an artist like Gunna and spend years with him just because of Troop. Now, to me, this just looks like the beef is not going away anytime soon.
I think they both their rapping styles and like the type of music they drop, it just complement each other so well that everything they did together was just heat. And you split them up, it's like a band, right? You take out the lead singer or the person holding the band together, and then they just go and excel while everybody else just fucking.
And really, this is just the start. Gunna put a couple subtle jabs on his album, and Thug, he's not letting it slide. On the fourth track, GP, Gunna would say, "We lit across the states and they hate it." After a rapper snitches, their career usually falls apart.
Yeah,
Especially
not
when
Gunna
you're
though.
associated with the streets like Gunna is.
Yeah, listen,
But
we don't
he's
care that Gunna snitch. We don't care. The music is fire. The music is still it, bro.
actually only continue to get bigger. Multiple Billboard topping hits, selling out arenas, and so
Drake,
on.
take notes,
And
bro.
really, the haters hate that. Potentially another shot at all the people dissing him. They really wanted to tear him down, hoping that them spreading that message is going to make Gunna's career fall apart. But really, it hasn't, and he's only continued being very successful. On the 8th track, Prototype, Gunna would directly respond to Young Thug. Fella had tweeted my name, must have had to be a typo. Pray that cash could recycle. After Thug was released from jail, he would tweet, "Gonna stop acting like we're friends on the internet, I don't know you my guy." He deleted it instantly, but the screenshots of course spread around, solidifying for many fans that the YSL founder had officially cut ties with Gunna. Calling it a typo is pure disrespect. He's basically saying that had to be a mistake because he wouldn't be stupid enough to talk slick to me like that. It's very dismissive, like he's not even taking Thug's words seriously. Then later in the album on track 17, F Witcher Boy, Gunna would say, "You might feel it for certain, I can't take that from you. I rode with you to the dirt and that's one thing I honour." He's speaking to Thug, basically saying, if you truly believe what you're saying about me, fine, that's your truth, I can't change it. It's a way of acknowledging Thug's feelings without agreeing with them, almost dismissing them as just his personal perception, not fact. Then I rode you to the dirt and that's the one thing I honour hits harder when you remember their history. Gunna's reminding Thug and the audience that he was loyal up until the very end, a subtle guilt trip. I had your back all the way through and this is how you repay me. It frames Thug as the one who broke the bond, not him. He's almost closing the chapter with him and YSL. He's saying, I did my part, I honoured our relationship, and if you want to throw it away, that's on you. Because really, it is Thug causing all the drama. The public don't really care about this alleging snitching.
They really don't, because look, I mean, at the end of the day, right? What Gunna did saved him, and then in turn helped you. Like, it's not like you doing 30 years, 100 years, however many years, bro. You didn't even, bro, you're unscathed, bro. You're a free man. But I know, like, in eyes of the streets, like, there's a bond and there's code and there's whatever. But bro, the biggest takeaway from all of this is that you're free, bro. You don't have to be in prison. And who knows what the trial would have looked like if he hadn't have done that. Like, who knows?
The public want them back together, making hits again. But no, Thug wants to maintain his street image. Shortly after that part, Gunna would say, "You show me you got my back and I got yours. We make enough to feed my fam and yours." This feels like one of the few genuinely bridge building moments on the album. After multiple tracks of subliminals and direct shots, Gunna takes a step back here to acknowledge that if the loyalty was mutual again, they could both win. The first line, "You show me you got my back and I got yours," is simple but important. It's Gunna saying that despite everything, he's still open to standing alongside Thug if Thug makes the first move. It's a conditional offer, but it's not framed as a threat, more like a door that hasn't been fully shut. The second line, "We make enough to feed my fam and yours," reminds listeners that when these two were on good terms, the partnership was financially and culturally powerful. Gunna's essentially saying,
Really
if
was.
we put the past aside, the money and success will take care of both our families and us. And with this album quite literally being the last one, the last album before his deal with Thug's YSL is over, this could be Gunna telling Thug this is his last chance to make
Oh, that's the name. That's the reason behind the naming of the album. Ah, I didn't know that.
things right before he officially leaves. Track 21, CFWM. Some
Can't
fans
fuck with me.
thought
I fuck
just
with
the
that song.
title of the song was a diss. Fans are speculating that Gunna might be throwing shade at Lil Baby by naming his track CFWM, which some believe is a reference to Lil Baby's.
Here's how to use Browse AI. Enter the URL you'd like to scrape, and then start training your robot to work for you.
CBFW,
Is that a reach?
which if you didn't know, it is
Is that a reach?
with Gunna then
Oh.
song, and they can't F with me, it ain't ever gonna change, I can't go for nothing strange, I got dirt all on my name, I have to charge you to the game. And you know who has been
That's a
spending
bar.
dirt on Gunna's name?
That's a
Lil
bar right
Baby.
there.
Basically, you've been talking down on me, but none of that changes the fact you can't compete with me. Then on the final track of the album, Him All Along, which actually released as a single 8 months before the album, Gunna would say, "On the way to reaching my goals, a lot of doors open and close." Even though the song dropped 8 months ago, before the album, it fits perfectly as the last track, because it sums up everything Gunna's been hinting at all project long. When he talks about doors closing, he's pointing directly at the people who shut him out after his 2022 release. Those closed doors are the collaborations and relationship he's lost, and the open doors are the new opportunities he's carved out despite it all. It's not a direct shot like the typo or feature lines, but it's an important closing statement. Gunna's essentially saying, yeah, a lot of people switched on me, I'm still reaching my goals and I've replaced the doors you closed. It's a calm way to end the album, not with a big diss and a big bang, but with a reminder that he's still standing and still winning. The chorus of the song is literally, "They were trying to stunt my growth, I've been steady chasing my goals, fella, why you watching, I'm grown, fella can't take my throne." Again, people trying to tear him down, watching his career, watching his every move, but Gunna is just staying out of the way and focusing on himself. So yeah, from start to finish, the last one is basically Gunna getting a lot of stuff off his chest. Every track,
I respect it. I respect it 100%.
Lil Baby, or just the industry as a whole, he does it without ever getting to need messy. He's clowning bad singles, calling out fake love, flipping odd power dynamics, and the crazy part is, he's doing all this while still dropping hits and selling out shows. The whole album feels like him
bro.
saying, I've been quiet but don't get it twisted, I'm still winning. And that's really the point. He's not chasing anyone's approval, he's not begging to be let back in. He's showing that the people who closed doors on him didn't stop him at all. If anything, they just made him more focused. If this really is his last album of YSL, then it's the perfect send-off. It's him closing one chapter, moving on to the next. So that's every single diss on Gunna's The Last Wun. Hope you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I think Gunna's taking the right path, like, forward. Keep dropping music, keep making hits, man. Drake, you need to take some pages out of Gunna's book, bro.